Welcome back to the channel, Just Turtles. Thanks to my friend Brendan, who's been bringing me around to see a lot of really cool turtle-related things that I wanted to see. I'm now at the home of my friend Taelyn. I call her Tay-Tay. You are like a complete gangster. You are awesome. I mean that as like a compliment. It's like, I don't know if that's a weird term. Anyway, tell me what you're studying in school, because I tried to remember so that I could say it and I couldn't. So please tell me about your studies.
Yeah, so it's quantitative biosciences and engineering, which we call QBE at Mines. And it's basically like biology mixed with coding, some genetics, to like do research in a lab is ultimately my goal.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You're a smart cookie.
Sometimes.
Yeah, all the time. And yeah, it's just an honor to be here talking to you. In addition to just being a very bright, young, up-and-coming expert in all things science, you are also a keeper of many herp species, turtles and tortoises specifically, which makes you officially one of my best friends. That's how that works, and a really important member of our community. I just wanted to call it too. I'm sorry to do it, but like, our community is like a bunch of old dudes. Like, is that concerning or an issue?
Not really, no. Most of you are sweet. And,
that's nice.
Yeah.
You
I'm
came
honored to be like here with you.
Oh, that's sweet too.
Success.
You came to TTPG this year, and you were, it's okay. It's all right. Lights go off sometimes. It's all right. Okay. You were able to actually go to TTPG this year in Arizona, the conference, with like upwards of 200 different hobbyists and turtle experts, people from the zoo field, some biologists, but mostly just keepers. And that was a good experience.
Yeah, everyone was great. I made a lot of good connections. Everyone was really welcoming. I felt a little weird being like one of the only younger girls there.
You feel that though, right?
Yeah. It was a little weird, but everyone was still, really nice, and made a lot of great connections from it. So I
think maybe that's part of it. Like, sometimes you see that on the surface and it can be scary, but this is why it's so important for us to really go the extra mile to try to be inviting and not be weird and all that sort of stuff, because like, it's really important. And in order to take care of the animals that we care about for the long haul, for generations to come, we need to take care of the next generation of caregivers of those animals. So absolutely. It warms my heart to hear all of that. So thank you for what you're doing. And I'm super excited to hear about your collection.
Yes.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, so let's pull out some leopards, because these guys, you have 4 leopard tortoises here.
Yes.
And they're just starting to come of age, come into that size range where we could start to see what's going on with like gender. So that's cool. They look great. The growth on them is amazing. All right, let's pull. Can I just go in and
just go ahead,
act like I own the place? Why don't you grab one too? Okay. This is a female.
Yeah, this is my
I feel like we can tell female. Once they start to get a certain size, like you can tell what they are. Okay, absolutely. So she's a female.
Yeah, and these 2 bigger ones I actually got from Cameron Lamb.
Oh, Cameron, I think I've heard of him. Cameron Lamb. Cameron Lamb.
Yeah, rings a bell, right?
It does ring a bell. It does ring a bell. Cameron Lamb Exotics. Cam and Stephanie are 2 of the best people we know. And you guys got to see their place.
Yep.
I'm not sure if Brendan went before, but no, so this was the first time for both of you guys. I try to make it a trip every year now. I hope every time I can go and see them. We're looking at leopard tortoise butts.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you're so cute.
That one's frijole.
Frijole?
Like a bean.
Is that bad?
No.
I thought frijole asked for a kiss. I'm embarrassed. Sorry. Frijole. Like a bean. Oh.
Yeah. Thinking that one might be a male. Maybe, possibly, hopefully. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, this could be. I don't know. It's pulling it in, of course, but the cloaca is a little out. You can really start to see with these guys when they go to the side. The tail has a little longer, and it kind of tucks and curls around.
That's what I was thinking. I've seen them tuck it a little more than like the other girls do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. This one's a little bit small.
Yeah, that's my smallest.
So I think, not that you asked me my opinion, but I think you have 2 females and then you might have a male here. Yes. That would be pretty good.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, because then Brendan.
He has a female.
Yes.
Yep.
Can I say that Brendan is your other half. Can I say that?
Yes.
That's okay.
Love of my life.
Love of your life. Oh my gosh. I almost said better half, but I know better. I know better.
That is true as well.
That is also true. Okay, so Taelyn, I'm sorry, Tay.
Yes.
Tell me about who we have here.
So this is Nugget.
Hi, Nugget.
My Japanese pond turtle, or the Maremes japonica.
Look at you with the scientific name.
Thank you.
My wife always gives me a hard time whenever I use. Oh, it's the only one. That's funny.
Roughly, because of you actually. So.
Oh.
I made sure I learned it.
Wow.
It's like your favorite.
It is definitely up there. Actually, this species was featured on the cover of Reptiles magazine. It's a funny story. They were asking me for articles for Reptiles magazine, and I told them I think we should definitely do one on Maremes japonica because they're great pet turtle. Would you agree?
Agreed. Yeah,
they're great.
Absolutely.
They're just, especially males, because they stay small.
Yeah.
And I told him if I write it, it has to be on the cover. So yeah, just take it, take it or leave it, basically. That was good. I'm proud of myself for doing that. Anyway, it all happened. So yes, it's a species I care a lot about, and so much so that I was advocating to try to get them on the cover of Reptiles magazine. So tell me about this guy. This is Nugget.
Yes, his name is.
Any idea how old he is? What's his history?
So he was the first turtle I actually got off of Facebook, and he was in a little 10-gallon enclosure. It's really dirty, terrible green water. And he's now upgraded to a 40-gallon, and he's living his best life. He actually developed some kind of infection in his eye. So then I ended up having to get it removed through surgery.
So you brought him in,
Yep.
and you paid for the inoculation, I think is the word?
I think so. I don't know.
I think so.
Is that like knocking him out? Or like
No, sorry.
Itself?
Yeah, I think the removal of the eye is called, enuculation. Enuculation. Yes, I work in the veterinary field, I promise. I should know this, but I've never been a tech or a doctor, so I just pick things up when I'm, in the treatment area and when surgeries are going on. I've seen a lot of enucleations, that's the word, but never on a turtle. So yeah, and I've never had a turtle I've had plenty of turtles without eyes, but I've never had one of my turtles' eyes removed professionally from a veterinarian before.
Yeah, it was a whole process.
Yeah.
They said it would take him about 2 months to recover, and it only took him a month because I had him set up in the hospital. They said I did everything fantastically, and he sat right under that heat to help himself, heal it and everything. I did antibiotics on the stitches. I did injectable antibiotics and then oral antibiotics for the whole month in order to get him back to being healthy. And then it's before, when his eye was all messed up, he would just sit. He wouldn't really do much, wouldn't really move around much. Afterwards, he was in the water all the time. He was just roaming around, living his best life.
Oh, that's wonderful. He's living his best life now. Yeah, so what's interesting is whenever I see turtles that are missing one eye, because their eyes are situated on the side of their head like it is, it's always interesting to see. They'll kind of come out and they're always off to the side so that eye can get front and center.
Yeah.
So they kind of just have a totally different, set of mannerisms and really behavior in the way that they what they do with their head.
Well, and I have fish in there with him, so I thought that afterwards, then I'd probably scare him and stuff like that, because he can't see what's coming on this one side, but he doesn't care.
Yeah, I bet he's not scared of fish. He probably is just mad that he can't catch him like he'd want to.
True. He actually doesn't eat fish. I tried to.
That's so cool. So for anyone who's watching, the Japanese pond turtle, one of the most cold tolerant species. They live throughout most of Japan. My friend Maurice Rodriguez just sent me a video from the base of Mount Fuji where this species does live, and where I actually have some locality specific ones that are from there, and it was snowing quite a bit actually in that area, so it's pretty cool to see. Oh, wow. What a great turtle. Thanks, Nugget. Thanks for letting us bother you, bud. Okay, so we have this contraption here behind you.
Yes.
Are you growing marijuana?
Sadly, no.
Sadly, no. You're so funny.
I mean, it would help me pay for school. But...
It probably would. What is this? Who has this in their downstairs in their house? What's going on here?
This is my turtle and tortoise grow tent.
Okay,
for
can
my
you tell
more
me? Can
tropical
you tell me
species.
why there's a welcome mat with shoes and mulch? Because I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, because
Are you walking? Are you
yeah,
step? Because I haven't seen this
I
yet.
go in there
You go in there, so these
with
are
my
your
little
in there
Crocs and
shoes.
their shoes.
Yep. Wow.
I'm just gonna get hit with the door.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. This is incredible. Okay, first of all, welcome to Florida.
Yeah, it's very humid.
It is 103% humidity in here right now. This is incredible. And do you have grow lights as well for the plants?
Yeah, so these are grow lights for the plants, and then there are UVB lights all along the rack for all the turtles and tortoises.
Why aren't you growing marijuana? That was a joke. That was totally a joke. That was totally a joke. I always joke that people, if they look like in the basement windows down to where some of my turtles are, that they would think I'm growing something I'm not supposed to, because there's lights everywhere and plants everywhere.
I actually did get this from a guy off Facebook who used it for marijuana.
There you go. See that?
Yeah.
People helping people.
But now
I
it's
love it.
turtles.
Okay, so this is incredible.
Yes.
So you have a free roam Redfoot. Is there just the one?
No, there are 3.
There are 3 Redfoots. Awesome. Do they have names?
Yes.
What are those?
So that big one right there is Belle. There's a medium-sized one is Pepper. She's probably back in that log.
Okay.
And then little Gnocchi is right over there.
Little gnocchi. Is it spelled like gnocchi, like pasta?
Yeah.
Oh, I love gnocchi.
Like the little dumplings.
I love it. Yeah, absolutely.
So these are little baby turtles. So I have a couple spotted turtles on these first 2 shelves, and then some baby box turtles on that bottom shelf.
I love it.
Courtesy from, these were animals that I was all gifted.
What?
After TTPG.
That's amazing.
It's actually fantastic. I got spotted turtle from you, from Cameron.
Yes. Thank you for saying Cameron too, because I was like going to buy it, but then Cameron was like, no, I'll just sell it for like nothing.
Yeah.
And yeah, so technically I bought it, but really if you look at the value of what those are sold for and what he sells them for, he gave more than I did. Anyway,
Which was,
the least
so grateful
the least we could do. Are you kidding me?
Fantastic.
Stop.
I was so excited.
Please.
Dream species. So.
Oh, that's so awesome. And a special species for me. I feel like I've said it a bunch of times on our channel, but that's the first species I ever hatched, spotted turtles. And they're just amazing. And if it wasn't for the fact that my state outlawed them, the keeping of them, I would still be keeping and breeding them. Yeah. But I'm happy to give them up if that means that they're going to be protected. We can get into more conversations about whether or not that will happen because of the legislation that was passed, but that's a different conversation. I'm happy to give mine up, and I didn't even try to get grandfathered in or anything like that. Are you going to come out right now?
He might. He very well might.
You want those blue Crocs?
He really does. There's nothing out here for you, buddy.
There's no humidity out here, dude.
So go skate park.
Yikes. You need like a little stool so you could just sit in here and just like be in the sauna for like 10 minutes and just work up a little sweat, you know?
Yeah, I know. My mom's always like, oh, it's so nice and warm down here. I'm like, yeah.
It's awesome.
The Crocs are going on.
The Crocs are on. She's going in.
Not in sports mode. But
not in sports mode. Comfort mode. It's all about comfort.
Have these little stepping stones so I don't get like...
That's a lot. That's a good thought right there. The stepping stones there so that you're not stepping down on everything.
But yeah, this is my smallest Redfoot Tortoise. I'm not 100% sure if he's male or female.
You think that's a young male?
Probably. Possibly. He's
I'm not sure on that.
Dirty down here. Yeah, because...
Yeah, it's the same thing with that smaller leopard. Like it looks like it's wanting to curl around to the side.
Once they get bigger, hopefully I'll be able to tell.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Put a little guy down. Then this one, freaking troublemaker over here.
I know.
The biggest one that I have. And he is definitely male. I've seen him try to breed the other ones, even the little baby one, multiple times.
Rascal.
He just wants a female. But I don't have any of breeding age yet, so. And he's got like great contact.
Yes. Oh my gosh, you can wear him like a helmet.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But...
Wow. Poor guy.
Yeah.
That's why you're running out. You're trying to find a girlfriend.
Yeah, seriously.
This is my chance.
He's like, where's my mate?
This is a really nice setup. I love it with the live plants.
Thank you.
It's incredible.
Yeah. And then I have a third one. She's over here. This is my little female. She's not sexually mature yet.
Yeah.
But she still gets helped on a daily basis. Oh, you're so dirty. Poor little guy.
It's thought that females are more likely to have split scutes because they are thought to be caused by higher incubation temperatures. However, there are plenty of males out there of various species that have split scutes, and this gentleman is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you. And this, obviously, that split scute doesn't impact the tortoise at all. It's purely cosmetic, but sometimes you'll see really extremely split scutes, and then that's something different. So interesting. Mm-hmm. Redfoot tortoises are so beautiful.
Oh, I love them.
And when you live in an arid environment, you need to come up with something creative like this. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you're fighting to keep them humid enough, and then you just end up with wet substrate, and they don't want to be super wet all the time either. So this is perfect. You're doing such a great job.
Thank you.
So he thinks that there's a treat right now that he's going to get.
But it's actually it.
But this is not a treat. This is not for you. This is a three-toed box turtle, Terrapene Carolina triunguis, or Terrapene mexicana triunguis. Depends on who you ask. Box turtle taxonomy is a little messed up, but how cute is this thing?
It's adorable.
It is, right?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Gosh, so confident coming out of its shell. You have two young ones.
Two young ones.
And then you have some older box turtles too, right?
Yep.
Are those three-toads as well?
Yep.
What do you think?
I think they're a wonderful little species. They're super funny, cute little guys.
Derpy.
Derpy, yeah.
Yeah. I actually hatched them for the first time this past year, which
wow.
was awesome.
Yeah.
I've kept them for a really long time, and this was the first year that I had any success with hatching any, so that was cool. So my wife and kids refer to them as army helmets because they just have like a tan, like a kind of a drab coloration, although obviously they do get really beautiful colors, white and red and orange. Yeah. What are your plans with them long term? Is this a species you would think about keeping outdoors, or have you thought about that yet?
Yeah, actually, when it gets warmer here, obviously it's very cold right now, so they're all inside, but eventually they'll go to Brendan's house because he has like an outdoor enclosure for them. Mm-hmm. That because those the bigger ones are technically his.
Okay.
They're just here for
winter. He doesn't have any space at his place, right?
Yeah, no, he's got way too many things over there.
Yikes. He would get in trouble. Yeah.
100%.
I understand. She pointed to the camera when she said Brendan because he's our special guest cameraman. Yes. Okay, so now who is this guy?
This guy doesn't have a name.
Oh, he doesn't have a name.
I call him Killer sometimes because he like goes for things a lot.
You mentioned that he tries to bite you.
Yeah, that too.
He's really pretty.
He is.
My camera's ass.
Yeah, but larger. And we mentioned how they start to get some pretty coloration as they grow. Mm-hmm. And this is a great example of that. Where'd you get all these three-toed box turtles, if you don't mind me asking?
They were all gifted by Harley.
Oh, Harley Wallace.
Yes.
One of the nicest guys I know, and actually a real true life hero. Mm-hmm. Firefighter from California.
Yes.
And my running buddy, actually, when we go to the TTPG conference, we wake up early and go for a jog together.
I love that.
And he's in much better shape than me. So I'm like trying to keep up with him the whole time. And he's just prancing along, no effort, just totally having a conversation. I could barely get the words out of my mouth because anyway, that's my friendship with Harley. Once a year we go running together, once or twice. Yeah.
Yeah, I met him at TTPG and he was a great guy. Fantastic.
He's the best.
Really nice. He was really sweet. So, and now
That's
I have
awesome.
4 three-toed box turtles. So.
I love it.
Yeah. Swimming on that a little bit.
Thank you for the opportunity to be here and showing me all the animals, but also just thank you for being who you are and for carrying the torch and being really a big part of the hope for the future of this community that we love so much.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Keep doing what you're doing. And I think this is how it starts, mm-hmm. right? You're like totally dedicated. You're into it. Your animals are so well cared for.
Thank you.
Sometimes it grows a lot and into a lot more animals and that sort of thing. But mm-hmm. I hope that you and people like you who are getting their start learn to never lose like these roots. The animals are so well cared for. You've got names for everything. You're watching them all really closely. You know what's going on. This is just the best, and it's just great to see, and I'm really excited about the future.
Me too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hit subscribe, join the crew. Just Turtles, there's always something new.